Hello and welcome to smarthelping.com financial models. I've got a new build here, a very easy to use HR tool for figuring out the financial impact of firing employees. Now, it's not a fun thing to do, but it's necessary in some cases. And what the model will go through, but this is kind of the summary. You can pick the termination date for the current year that you plan on doing this. It'll give you the remaining weeks of the year, the amount of savings you're going to have in employee compensation and other costs, net, because there might be some costs involved, or you might have continuation pay. So we've got expected savings remaining year, annual savings of this activity, and we've got two separate independent builds, model, and detail. So let's just jump into it. So what you can do here, we've got 20 slots, and it's very easy to add more if you just want to insert as many rows as you want. Just do it before the bottom row and drag down the formulas in all the formula rows or columns. You'll only be editing cells in light yellow with blue text. So what you can do is you've got all these different departments. On this model tab, you can define the number of headcounts in each department, the average annual salary, bonus, benefits, other headcount costs, payroll taxes. Then you've got a number of pay continuation weeks, which would apply after the termination date. So this is compensation that you'll be paying them for that many weeks. Uh, then insurance, same deal, number of coverages and insurance. I'm going to probably change that, but total insurance costs weekly, and then other separation costs here, which will just be multiplied by the total head count. Um, and then you've got all your calculations. So you can see by department, what's the total average compensation annual, what's the monthly average, what's the weekly average, how much are you expected to save for the remaining year, and there's some automation here. So when you pick your termination date on the control tab, this number will update automatically and it will know the current date because I'm using some Excel functions to automatically be able to know uh, what the date of the whatever year it is, the end day of that year against the termination date to figure out how many days are left. So you see how much you're going to save by department, the continuation costs, and then the net savings. So you save this total less any continuation costs. And then here's the annual amount. So that's the basic premise of the model. You've got a chart down here showing the annualized savings by department. And then the detail tab is completely separate from the model tab. The only thing that's the same is a termination date. And here you can actually go by person. So this is by department. The detail is going by person. So you could list, I did like 100 and some rows here, and you could add more if you want. But it does the same calculations, but just by person, and then you can pick the department each person is in. And this detail is linked to a summary detail that will give you the aggregate by department, just like the model tab does. But now this is working off of the actual granular per person metrics. And that's if you don't want to do averages or whatever the case might be. You might want to show build your summary by person instead of by department. So you can do it either way. And then the summary detail has all the same calculations, expected savings, net current year savings, annualized savings, and then a chart for that, and all that flows back to the annual tab. So yeah, that's the model. It'll be a $45 one-time fee to purchase it. It'll be on smarthelping.com. It'll be a part of the HR template bundle, or you can obviously buy it separately. And I'll list it on vendor sites as well. But I know this is not the funnest thing to think about and do, and it's hard. But some companies have to make these decisions, so this is a tool to make it informative for the user, and they can kind of see a nice summary of what the financial impact is, and then it can make them. They might not have to cut as many people as they thought, or more, or whatever. But this allows you to have more data and insight around what the plan is for doing this and the impacts it might have. All right, that's all I got for you. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.